Well, finally getting back to this Liberator PCB repair, and it occurred to me that all of my testing was done using one of my ROM boards. So that's kind of silly. I need to get this thing running without the ROM board before I start debugging the ROM board. You know what I'm saying? So I programmed some EPROMs, the original set 2 EPROMs, and plugged them in, and it is running the self-test, and it's giving me one error, one DRAM error. That was 2 because I have one of the chips out. Let me put the chip back in and run it again. Alright, so I get one RAM error. So the 4th beep is bad, the rest are good. That corresponds to this chip, which I've already socketed. So I'm going to go ahead and focus on this to see if I can solve why this RAM test is failing. And it's going to be a bad trace or something, because when I remove this chip, this one's also socketed, it will report this error, this RAM is bad too. So there's got to be something specific to this one that's causing an error. So I'll be back. Alright, so F10 is the 4th beep. That's the RAM that's causing the 4th beep. If you trace these lines across, it's associated with DRAM 4. I guess that 4 means the 4th beep, not sure. So DRAM 4 only goes to 3 other chips. It goes to a buffer, which I suspect could be bad. It goes to an S9, which I've already replaced, so I don't suspect that one. It also goes to an LS195. This one hasn't been replaced, and it looks really grunge. So here's all the chips here. There's the buffer. There's the chip that I replaced. And this one here is the one that looks kind of bad. It's faded and stuff. So I'm going to start with this one. This is an LS195. Another reason why I'm selecting this one first is because the pins underneath look like it has growth under it. In other words, rust and junk. So I'm going to remove it, clean all that up, and put a socket there. I had replaced this one, which was also a 195, because it was bad. It was definitely bad. And when I did, it was really nasty underneath. And rust and corrosion or whatever, dirt even, that gets underneath that could short out and cause a load, even though I'm not seeing it with a scope or an ohm meter. So I'm going to start with this one. If that doesn't get it, then I'm going to replace this one. So that LS195 that was at P9, you can see how nasty it is. I cut it off, off the board, and you can see there's all kinds of rust or something, dirt, junk there. So I'm going to clean this all up and put a socket in, and we'll see if we have any better results in the RAM test. Okay, so I've replaced those 2 chips that are all associated with DRAM 4, the DRAM 4 signal, and it still didn't fix it. So now I'm going to just check to see if I can find an open or a short or something on the lines related to those chips. But I haven't found any obvious shorts or opens anywhere. I have been looking, but I'll continue that effort. Okay, so I believe I found the problem. These 2 traces here were shorted. There's a break in this one. So I've added some solder here, and I'm going to add a jumper wire from there to this to fix that break in that line. And I'll make sure that these aren't shorted together anymore. What happened was this thing broke and then it got slid over. This trace is loose. So after I repair that, I think the self-test will probably work. Let's find out. Alright, so the damaged trace was repaired. Self-test for the RAM test, I should say. The RAM test is now passing, but it's looping. I don't know what to expect. Let me read the manual. But that's what it looks like on the screen. So still not working, but RAM test is passing, I do believe. I think that's it for tonight. I'll continue on this some other time.